Hello, so let's try to understand Naive Bayes classifier. Naive, sorry, there is no S here. Bayes, Naive Bayes classifier. Okay, now classifier is example of a classifier could be like if you are given a customer. So there is a customer who is coming to your shop and you want to predict if he is going to buy or not. So typically classifier is a binary classifier. You want to know if something happens or if something doesn't happen. Okay, so what's the probability that a patient has cancer given that these are all his test results. So this is a test x1, this is test x2, this is test x3, right? So typically the classifier problem will be what is the class being 1 given that you are given these set of features. Okay, so how do you, this is like in the universe of all the times x1, x2, x3 happens, you want to predict how many times the person has cancer, or how many times, if x1, x2, x3 are like your customer details, how many times does in the past has the customer bought. So this is a useful way of predicting if the new customer or the new patient has cancer or not, or if the new customer buys or not, right? So this is you can write this using Bayes rule in the following manner. Now the issue is many a times you do not have, given that c is equal to 1, you might not have seen a customer with exactly this x1, x2, x3 profile. Likewise, with c equal to 0, you might not have seen a customer with this profile at all. So this will become like 0 over 0 plus 0, which is going to be 0 by 0, which is meaningless quantity. So when this happens, we cannot do some classification tasks that are actually important. So what we do is we make an assumption. So what is the assumption? So let me just copy this. We make an assumption of this manner. We assume that the numerator can be written in this fashion. So this is C. So now this one I will write a little small so that we can write the whole thing. Okay, so this assumption helps us to address the cases where there is not insufficient data and we cannot estimate these numbers directly, and we make the assumption that this number is actually, you can write it as product of these three numbers, and this assumption is called the naive Bayes assumption. And when you use this method to predict something or make a classification task, that is called a naive Bayes classifier. When you continue your studies and when you take machine learning, you will find that naive Bayes classifier typically does quite well. So it's worthwhile to understand the details. I urge you to look at these expressions carefully and let me know if you have any questions.